not got a definite location for it.
It's November the 5th, and at the Children's Hospital, casualty is on standby.
It's not her fault in any way. It was a firework that should have gone up in the air but was spinning round but came out at an angle and hit her in the face, unfortunately. So, yeah, she wasn't playing with it or anything. Sophie Parwana, Burns unit. OK.
0202, motor vehicle, try again about.
They're not going to get up and back there.
Romeo 5087.
We're going to send her over to the Northern General. They have a specialist burns unit there. The bit I'm worried about is this white area here. You see how it's gone whiter than the rest of it? I think probably most of the red stuff will actually settle and it hopefully won't cause any problems. But I'm a bit more worried about this whiteness because that usually means that the burn's a bit deeper. But it's like everything else, you can't always tell. We just have to wait and see. I'm not worried at all about the hands. I'm not worried at all about the hands.
Can you pick it up? That's a good chap.
Good boy.
Very, very brave.
10-year-old Frankie Tarantini has been out collecting wood for bonfire night.
Good boy.
Oh, you're doing a great job, you really are.
That's... Got it.
They did all the right things. They immediately got some cold water on a towel and put it on the face. Didn't apply anything to the face, no creams or Savlon, because that can often make things actually worse, and brought her straight here. So they've done absolutely everything that they could do.
This is his X-ray here. And you can see the plank of wood here, just in soft outline. He's got a nail and also big clippers attached to his hand. So his hand's totally clamped onto the piece of wood at the moment.
Do you want me to move my hand? Is that all right like that, love?
Yeah. You want it put in on a soft pad?
Yeah.
OK.
Oh, that.
That's a good boy. Just got to move the camera around.
Good night, sweetheart.
Just want to book her in now, we'll just put her on his corner.
These need to stay on for 5 days. So no hair washing for a week, I'm afraid.
Ow.
There's a staple.
That's the staple, then it's
yeah. Yeah. It's a cracker, isn't it? Well.
Got rid of it.
What we need to do, basically, is taking the staple out. It's easy, but what we need to do is clean out where it's been. Because there's all
It's not rusty, then it can't be rusty, can it?
There's muck and rubbish and all sorts in there.
Yeah, but...
So what we need to do is give it a good clean out, get all that out. And the best way to do that is with him asleep.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we can't put him to sleep until 6 hours after he last had something to eat, which is going to make it late on tonight. But the problem with rushing it is if you put kids to sleep while they've got a full stomach, they throw up, and it's horrible, and it's dangerous. You've done it right, lad, haven't you? You weren't mucking about when you did that. Let me go make some phone calls.
Why is it myself off
these things happen.
because it's not a right empty lab.
Kids will do out, won't they? All right, let me go make some phone calls. We'll get you sorted out.
OK then, love, fine.
He's got a staple stuck in his thumb, and it's a big staple, and it's fastened to a piece of wood about 18 inches long. Yeah, it's lovely. It's a cracker. He's fairly fit and well. Apparently he's a well-controlled epileptic who takes carbamazepine, I think, something like that. Don't be so surprised when you see these things. It really took me by surprise. It looks gruesome, it really does, yeah. But he's all right. He's as happy as Larry. Yeah. Oh, he's as happy as Larry.
Oh, pull my ears. I'll pull yours.
For 5-year-old Simon Butler, hospital has always been part of normal life. He was born with cystic fibrosis, which he manages, and a rare liver disease that has kept him hospitalised for the last 5 months. The disease became so serious that 11 weeks ago, Simon had to have a liver transplant. Since his operation, he's been taking a powerful drug, cyclosporin, to stop his body from rejecting the new liver. Despite the way he looks, doctors are worried.
Watch it.
Okay, just put that hand down.
Meanwhile, in theatre, the team is preparing to separate Frankie from his plank of wood. Luckily for him, only the staple and not the nail is involved.
Okay, I'm going to get you off to sleep now. All right. Okay, just take some nice deep breaths for me. Is it into the bone?
No, it's missed. You saw how big that staple was. I mean, the end of the staple's been up to there, so what we need to do is actually clean out the hole from end to end, which basically means opening it up from there to there, and basically just clearing out all the dead leaves and the rust and whatever else he's got in there as well. Apart from which, can you imagine doing that while he was awake? Yeah, he'd have speared you with it. Yeah, all we're doing now is just clearing out all these fragments. If you leave them in there, they just fester like pieces of shrapnel and nothing else. Wounds on the hand always look awful. It's surprising how quickly they mend up, especially in kids. Right, quick wash, I think we're done.
We know from experience that the more foreign material there is in the wound, the more likely it is to get infected. And it's as straightforward as that. You can't say this will get infected, but what you can say is there's a lot of muck in here and therefore it is more likely to get infected. And with things like the hand, especially in youngsters, especially it being his dominant hand and especially it being its thumb, which is very important, you've got to be as careful as you can. Because an infected thumb or an infected digit gets very stiff and is basically wasted. So you've got to be very, very careful.
Night.
No trouble causing.
Straight to sleep.
Before the transplant operation at a specialist hospital in Cambridge, Simon's parents were told there was a 30% chance that the new liver would be rejected. At the moment, his skin is quite yellow, and that's not a good sign. He's being very carefully monitored, and tomorrow is a critical day. In the morning, his test results come through. His family will find out just how well his new liver is doing.
You don't have sugar on yours, do you?
Yeah.
You don't?
It's pulled up.
The night cleaners are still under threat. The domestic manager needs to make large savings. Unless the night staff agree to very severe cuts, all hospital cleaning will go out to competitive tender. For many who've devoted years to cleaning on nights, it means the end of a way of life.
Bye. Come and sat down and you never said, I'm sorry, ladies, nothing. You just sat yourself down and said, I'm sorry, nights are going.
I didn't. I didn't.
You did. To us, that's all our hard work has just gone down spout. Shove off, I don't want you. You're going on evening.
Yes, but that would be the sort of opinion if I'd actually come and said to you, well, from next week, you're all out of a job and there's no nights.
Well, that's blackmail.
Well, I've done it as sympathetically as we
can.
can.
No, you didn't. All you had to say was, I'm sorry, ladies, nights is going. You didn't.
It's about if you'd have said that. You just said, nights is going and that's it.
You must realise that you're a very costly commodity. It's the basics of life now. We're in this as a business, and like all businesses, we've got to stay even or show value for money.
If we keep a substantial night shift, the cost could just be so prejudiced that you finish up losing the whole job. It goes out to tender.
We were shocked. We were shocked.
End of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, when you first started filming us, I mean, you asked us the same questions, and at that time, we were sure that we would get our jobs.
Yeah, but no.
Now it's practically an end of this series, probably. We haven't got one.
We haven't got one.
We love this job.
We don't now.
But
we don't know.
There's something now. It's like I say. It's just...
We don't know. We don't want to come now.
No, it's. We've had some appetites here, haven't we?
Yeah.
Here again. The management always wins at the end of the day.
In the end, night staff reluctantly accepted a drastic cut in numbers, the vast majority moving to evening work. 2 months later, the hospital, under a government directive, put the contract out to tender anyway.
That's Guy Fawkes.
He hasn't got a head, has he?
Yeah. Yeah.
He finished doing mine.
To get his new liver, Simon had to wait 11 weeks for the right donor. When the time came, he had to undergo 3 major operations involving 16 hours of surgery at the specialist centre in Cambridge. For him and his family, it has been a major ordeal.
I think he understands, because we told him when he'd got to have his new liver that it was a little boy, a 6-year-old, and we told him that he'd got this little boy's liver, and he said, but why, why have I got it? So I said, well, that little boy died. I says, we don't know how, but probably a road accident or something. I says, so his mummy and daddy said that they'd donate his liver to somebody that wanted one. And I think he accepted it that way. But I don't know about how I'd explain if he'd have to have another one. Because he's gone through a lot, just having, the first liver and then 2 operations after. And I think, quite honest, I don't think at the moment he could cope with going through another one. That means a second donor, doesn't it? Somebody else has got to die, haven't they, for that? I don't think we could all go through that again.
Big piece. Blood.
You're going to make a Guy Fawkes to put on the top?
That's him underneath. That's
Is it?
him there.
All right.
His head's squashed.
Oh, dear.
I think you shoot as first. Do you want to carry on?
Right. Well, we've had the liver chemistry back this morning, and by and large it's continued to improve. But it's not improving as fast as
No.
Cambridge would like it to. They feel that this slow improvement rather than a rapid improvement, I think, reflects that the blood supply isn't all that it should be. And so they would like to have Simon back down at the beginning of the week to look again.
Even though there has been this improvement with cyclosporin, the levels are still too high and the improvement isn't quick enough for us to be able to say certainly that this was all rejection, that it's got better, and that we can just safely carry on and wait and see. If we find that there's a lot of liver damage going on, either from chronic rejection that can't be coped with, or from the blood supply not being right, then the sooner we know that, the better.
There's no alternative. Simon has to go back to Cambridge for more tests. In the worst case, it will mean another transplant.
Whoa! Oh.
$240, come on, put it in your mouth.
Not were enough.
300, good one. Best. Let me get over that, it's so good.
A regular on the ward since he was born, 11-year-old Carl Webster has a genetic disease of the lungs.
What is that testing?
It's testing really how much. He takes a deep breath in first, fill his lungs, and then he blows out as hard as he can to see really how elastic his lungs, how much air can get out quickly.
The disease, which also affects his digestion, is at the moment incurable. This year, he'll spend over a month in hospital.
Carl's got cystic fibrosis, and the main problem with that is that he has a lot of secretions on his chest. It means that a lot of secretions are produced by the chest, which can easily become infected and can become thick and sticky, and can therefore block off some of his airways, so that it makes it harder for him to breathe. It causes areas in his lungs that can collapse because the air's not getting through to them. So what physio is doing, really very simply, is to loosen those sticky secretions, make it easier for Carl to cough them up, so that afterwards he can breathe more easily, because he's not got those secretions clogging up his airways. So we do some postural drainage, put him in different positions to drain different positions of his lungs, using gravity to assist the movement of the secretions towards the back of his throat, and get him to do some deep breathing and some huffing to help get the stuff up. OK, let's take some gentle breaths. OK, another good huff. OK?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit flushed.
No.
Over onto your side.
Which one?
Oh.
How often do you have this cut?
4 times a day.
What's it like?
It's not too bad, it just helps me get the stuff up, so it's better for me.
Does it hurt at all?
No. I'm always in and out with my chest, so I'd like it to like be a day where, some weeks, where I wouldn't have to keep coming in hospital, because I'm like, usually every month or so, or a couple of weeks even, I'm usually in hospital and having treatment and all different kinds of things, so one day I'd like not be able to like miss a couple of weeks and not come in, and or a couple of months even, so I'd like that, not to be able to come in all the time.
Should be on for Christmas.
As if you, I don't like.
Sorry, Carl.
So,
We'll have to wait and see, won't we?
Yeah.
Depends how well you behave.
yeah.
Nice deep breaths.
Back at Addenbrooke's in Cambridge, Simon is about to be put to sleep for his 2 investigations.
Yeah, it's fine. You are right. You won't feel a thing. Don't you know that? You know that.
Okay, you just catch him. All right, son. You mummy kiss.
What happens? What happens?
That's right. Give mummy a cuddle.
Apart from his transplant surgery, this is the 5th general anaesthetic he's had in almost as many weeks.
Mummy to cry as well.
You're right. Put him on the bed then. Okay, all done. Okay, sweetheart. Put him on the bed.
That's it. We'll take care of him, all right? You all right there, Mum? Okay, that's a good one. Give me a quick kiss then. Okay. All right, see that bit. Thanks a lot, Mum. All right.
Okay, expiration, please. Stop. Just get back a couple there, please.
An X-ray sensitive dye has been injected into Simon's arteries to help get a clear picture of the blood supply to his new liver.
Just a little bit irregular, but I don't think it's anything major there.
I see that fish, maybe.
Well, I'm not going to see it any better than that,
No,
I don't think, by doing
looks
anything.
okay, doesn't
So
it?
I think we should stop there
Yeah.
and let you do your biopsy. Do you want to do that while I'm pressing
Could
on
do.
the groin? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
You take a very small piece of liver using a special needle and you go through the skin into the liver and you come out with a very small core of liver tissue inside the needle. And the liver tissue is then sliced up into very fine slices and the histologist can look at it under the microscope and give us a good idea of what's going on. So, but we know that tomorrow.
Paul's particularly well at the moment, but when he's really bad, he can't even get to the toilet without being blue around the mouth, breathless. It's terrible. Can't walk upstairs or anything. You know, he's literally no energy whatsoever. He's can't even play, you know, or anything. He just lays like this. It's terrible. He couldn't even get upstairs to the toilet at one time, so we had to have a downstairs toilet put in at home because couldn't manage stairs at all.
Do you worry as much now about him getting worse?
Yeah. You obviously worry every time he comes in, you know, it's... Because each time he gets a chest infection, it damages part of his lungs, and his lungs aren't particularly good at all, Carl's aren't, you know. His right one, very bad. Don't work at all, his right lung. He sort of lives on his left one. Because he's had so many infections when he was little, you know, and it's damaged his lung, and there's just nothing there at all, really, that's any good now. So we've got to try and keep this other one as clear as possible. Haven't we?
Yeah.
Done 2 minutes, OK, so you're nearly halfway there. Keep it going.
Once a day, Dave takes Carl to the hospital gym.
Go on, push it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
His aim is to keep Carl's lungs as clear as possible and build up enough strength for him to be allowed home.
4, get your knees up. 5, 6, 7, and stop. Good lad. OK. Well done, that was good. Go on, lie down, get your breathing back. That was good. That sweat. So what do you think the doctor will say on the ward round tomorrow?
I'm hoping that he says I can go home.
What do you reckon the chances? How long have you been in now?
A week and a day.
A week and 2 days, I think, isn't it?
A week and 2 days.
Yeah. So you're a lot better, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in Cambridge, Simon is still sleeping off his anaesthetic.
I think it might be rejection.
Well, a sort of form of rejection which we call a chronic form of rejection. I don't know yet. Let's not say much until we've actually seen the biopsy, but I mean, the liver tests haven't actually shown a dramatic improvement. They have sort of been swinging up and down a bit. Whether it's going to completely recover, I have real doubts. The liver itself felt actually rather hard when I put the needle in. It felt quite hard. I think it's changed in its texture a little bit. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe did see a little bit of scar tissue on the biopsy tomorrow. But we'll wait for that. You certainly will have a break. You're gonna get home. I think that's what we must do. You had enough in hospital. I haven't seen you quite so tearful before. Is your husband coming up? No. I think you need a break, don't you? Yeah.
That one off.
300.
Off.
310. 310 again. Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
You look at you're playing for Wednesday next week. This
No.
night. Super lungs. That's good. You've done. That's your best. That's brilliant. 60%. Excellent. 42% when you came in. Gone up to 60%. Dr. Taylor will be impressed.
He should let me out.
He should let you home. Okay, lovely. Well done.
No,
it's just wrong.
Mum? Is she? Okay then. All right. What? I can come home? Yeah.
At Addenbrooke's, the results of Simon's test have just come through.
Hello, Stuart Tanner.
Hello, it's Gabby Jameson
Hello, Gabby.
speaking. Hi. I thought I'd bring you up to date with Simon.
Please.
He had his angio and the biopsy yesterday, and the angiogram was really normal. Really, that looked good. So
The
that was,
arterial supply is okay.
the arterial supply is normal, really.
Good.
And we did a biopsy, and really that looks very encouraging too, I must say. It showed no evidence of rejection and no evidence of bile duct loss suggesting early chronic rejection, as in fact I must say I really had expected.
Good news. Gabby says your liver's all right. You know, Matt, that we took out? Should that might have been blocking it. So hopefully we should be going back home on Monday. That good? Yeah. He's a good one. Good lad. I thought they were going to say we're rejecting, quite honest, but good news. I think I could do with a gin and tonic or something. I will have some pre-med. Have they? Well, I hope you win that, yeah. Celebrate on Diet Coke.
Life has improved for Jonathan Archer since the frame came off his foot. He's not yet playing for Leeds United, but at least he's able to swim again. Asa Maguire's birth was traumatic, but after the operation on the hole in his tummy, he's fully recovered.
I didn't expect him to be here. I thought everything would go wrong because he kept saying there's 9 out of 10, and I thought, what if it's mine? And when he pulled through, like, it was just I can't explain it. It was just so brilliant, just overwhelming.
After a spell back at school, Bunty Perkayasta's been in pain. Her cancer has returned, and she's had to come back into hospital for more treatment. And Lisa Flinders has been in and out, happily more out than in.
If I'm really well, I can play art and everything now. Lead a normal life when I'm well, but when I'm poorly, I'm like laid on my bed and don't want to do anything.
After a major operation to remove a tumour and his kidney, Jonathan Laws relapsed.
Are you my mother? He said to the cow.
Now on intensive chemotherapy, the new growth is shrinking. Jonathan will have more surgery in the spring.
Cow.
Baby Gemma Brooks was on intensive care with meningitis. Since her remarkable recovery, she's been fit and healthy. 8 months into his 2-year treatment for leukemia, Luke Mangum is in remission, and the signs are promising. And Carl Goddard is settling in well at school. He's just celebrated his 5th birthday with his classmates.